authenticity is good leadership, but to get to the point of being authentic, some things need to happen. Identifying purpose, identifying what you were meant to be doing on earth, why you were born. When you identify that, or when one identifies that, then one can be passionate, one can be clear and not digressive, not distracted about what you're supposed to be doing. And when one has reached that stage, then one can be authentic. In being authentic, you don't really care about the peripheral issues. You don't really care about perhaps the lack of resources or the inhibitions, the challenges. You are focused on achieving what it is that you were designed to do. And people follow that kind of authenticity. The first one is to restore the joy and the value of being a civil engineer or a civil engineering practitioner in this country. The second challenge is the day-to-day operation, because this is quite a huge task, the first thing that I described. It's quite a huge task to align SAICE, the branches, the technical divisions, the executive committees, our student chapters, and our civil engineering HODs, to use all of these resources, organized committees, organized structures in SAICE to achieve that goal. The first lesson that I can tell you about is about who I am as a person. What is my identity? And I think at some point, if you look at what leadership is about, it's very important to have that self-identity, because that breeds authenticity. Know thyself and to thyself be true. And being in leadership, one is exposed. One is exposed to positive things as well as negative things. Positive criticism and negative criticism. And depending on how that is received, one can use that to develop. I'd like to think I've used it to enhance who I am as an individual. That I'm not the same person that I used to be 5 years ago, that I've actually enhanced as a person. So the first lesson I've learned is, who is Manglin Pillay? What is his story? Why is he here? The second lesson I've learned is that people want to be recognized. People want to be dealt with patience. People want to be understood. People want to understand. People want to engage. Our members are no different. Our politicians are no different. Our students fall in the same category. And that fact was endorsed when I had children. They just want attention. They don't want money. They don't want cars. They just want attention. I've learned everybody wants attention. Everybody wants to feel listened to. Everybody wants to feel understood. That's been one of the greatest lessons I have learned, to just pull back and give the other person a chance to share what their frustrations are, what their concerns are, and to have a sense of being understood. Every leader in every organization, in any institution, whether it's the family or whether it's in business or in government, has their own internal imperatives. So in business, you are required to ensure that the company is commercially successful, the bottom line counts. In the family, the leader must ensure that the family is functional, the family is united, is resourced, is united, and so on. So somehow we need to take those individual imperatives and align them to the national imperative. And I don't think our government is unclear about what the national imperatives are. It's very clear. It's transformation, it's equity, equal opportunity for all. And I think as South Africans, we know what those imperatives are. It's the winning over of those individual leaders with the individual imperatives to be aligned with the national imperative of the direction of this country. I feel sometimes that not all leaders in the various sectors have aligned themselves adequately to the national imperative. I feel that sometimes we have played the game to accommodate a certain agenda that's not necessarily aligned wholeheartedly with the national agenda. And it's tough, because how do you balance the immediate imperative with the national imperative and then the regional imperative? And while this may sound philosophical, I believe in this. We need functional family structures. If you have a functional family structure, you will have a functional neighborhood. You have a functional neighborhood, you have a functional village. You have a functional village, you have a functional town, and that leads on to a functional province, and then a functional country. So for me, the basic unit of the family needs to be focused upon. And that applies to everybody, because I don't necessarily limit leadership to business in the formal sense. Leadership is everywhere. And you don't have to be occupying a certain title to be in leadership. Learn, meet people, gather knowledge, get involved in society in preparation for that time where you will be called upon. If I look at civil engineering, at some stage, the president of the country might need something built. The question is he going to call you because you are ready to do that job? Prepare now for that phone call.